So in this problem, we want to review the skills you've already learned and to solve for the variable. It is a variable x in this case. So I'm going to start by distributing this 10. So I have negative 1x plus 10x, notice, minus 10 plus 4 equals 12. Multiply and multiply, watch your signs. Then I'm going to combine like terms. Different signs subtract, keep the sign of the larger number. Different signs subtract, keep the sign of the larger number. I want to isolate the x. How do I move this number that's not connected to the x? Opposite of subtracting is adding. And now opposite of multiplying is dividing. X equals 2. Thumbs up or thumbs down if you kind of understand that. I know I went quick. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Okay, the next one, it may be not something you're used to doing quite as often, but this next one you are going to, and by the way, if you did look through the PowerPoint that's on my homepage, it will show you step for step too, okay? If you need additional help. This next problem is very similar, but this problem I'm going to walk around and you're going to talk with your current partner the entire time. Please shake their hand, say good morning, and learn their name. Go ahead. Shake your hand, good morning, learn their name. Your final answer can be as a decimal or as a fraction, is up to you, but your goal is to have this done with your partner in 1 minute. Talking the entire time, go, I'm timing you. Different sign subtract, keep the sign of the larger number. Same sign add, keep the sign of the larger number. Now to isolate the t, I want to move the negative 26, so I'm going to add it to the opposite side. And then I'm going to divide. Opposite of multiplying is dividing. And now, although this is not wrong, this needs to be reduced. And the quickest way to reduce that is to grab your calculator, forget about it, the positives or negatives. You type in the fraction, and you hit math, fraction, enter, enter. How many of you were able to get to an answer of 30 over negative 12, 30 over negative 12? So you do need to reduce in this class. If you can grab your calculator, because I know a lot of you are used to Casios, please do me a favor. Forget about the negative at this time. Type in 30 divided by 12. 30 divided by 12, even if you're not there yet. 30 divided by 12. Then hit math, which is on the left-hand side. It's going to say fraction, and press enter twice in the bottom right-hand corner. Press it twice. This will be your reduced fraction, and then remember to include that negative sign. Whether you put negative 5/2 or negative 2.5, they're equivalent answers. They are correct. So in this problem, I distributed, I combined like terms, and then I worked at isolating the t. Okay, so here is our correct answer. And now let's look at this one. Pencils down, please. Okay, so let's see if I can zoom out just a little bit in order for you to see the entire problem, because that would be useful. That is not working for me. Okay. So I can see I have a 5.4 to the left, and it goes all the way to negative 136. You have this on your paper, correct? Okay, please just watch. So in math, it's important you know more than one way to do a problem. It is important to know more than one way. ACT, we talked about that yesterday. Another test is called the SAT, similar to the ACT, okay? Some colleges require an SAT score, not an ACT score. If you take the SAT, there's a part where you can't use a calculator. Some college entrance exams to get in, they test you on your math, you can't use a calculator. So it's important to know more than one way. So this is a way to simplify this process. Please watch. I don't like working with decimals or fractions. So to get rid of it, I'm going to move the decimal one place this way. Notice, by the way, I call this one group that are all stuck together by multiplying. This is another group stuck together by multiplying. And this is a third group all by itself. So if I move this decimal one place to the right, I have 54 times 3k minus 12. And if I do that here, I need to do it to every other group. I move the decimal once to the right here. 32 times 2k plus 6. And I move the decimal one time here. Now you're going, but I don't see a decimal. It's hiding in back. So when I move it over, I need to place a 0 in this position. Okay, then I'm going to go back and do what you know what we're going to do. We're going to use a calculator to make things easier when we can't do mental math quickly. So please find out what is 54 times 3 for me, please. Is it 162? Please check for me. Yes? So 162k. Please take 12 times 54. 648. Okay. 32 times 2 is 64. And 32 times 6 is, I think it's 192. Okay, I'm going to combine like terms and combine like terms and keep working through the process. I'm going to flip this over just so we can see it done a little bit neater. So I move the decimal again from the beginning. I move it once here. That means I need to move it here. I need to move it here. And if there's no decimal, we need to go to the very back and add an additional place. Okay, so I got rid of the decimals. Then I'm going to distribute these numbers. I'm going to combine like terms. And my goal is to isolate the k. So at this point, opposite of subtracting is adding. And then opposite of multiplying is dividing. Can I have a thumbs up or a thumbs down if you understood the process? Not the speed, just the process. Thumbs up or thumbs down? Okay. So please look at your paper. This is your next problem, am I correct? Yes? Okay, I'm going to walk around. Raise your hand if you get done beforehand. The entire time you're working with your partner, you have 2 minutes to begin. The entire time you're working with your partner. So I should hear you talking. So I would like you to practice this other way right now. And then when it comes to homework, you can choose a different way if you want, okay? Definitely more than one way to solve a lot of math problems. Combine like terms, different signs I'm going to subtract, and then put this line into a larger number. Same signs, so I'm going to add, and then again keep inside of a larger number. To isolate the d, I'm going to start by getting rid of the negative 186. Opposite subtracting is adding. The answer is on the board with the steps. Does anybody have specific questions I can help you with? Was anybody able to achieve an answer of -1? Hands raised, -1. Okay, good. I will post this to the YouTube channel. Make sure to look at that. It will also be on the home page. We are, for reasons of time, going to move on to the next problem. Pencils down, please. Make sure you're paying attention. So what do you think we want to get rid of this time? Fraction. Is there more than one way to do the problem? Absolutely. But remember, you may have to do a problem like this and not have a calculator. So it's important to know different ways or faster ways. So it's easier than it looks. You're going to look at the bottom of the two fractions. First of all, recognize this is one group, here's another group, and here's a third group. So looking at the 5 and 6, what number is the smallest number that 5 and 6 both divide into? 30, okay? So I'm going to put a little 30 here. And I'm going to distribute 30 to all three groups. What does 30 divided by 5 reduce to? Okay, again, 30 divided by 5 is 6. And 6 times 3 is 18. And 30 divided by 6 is? 30 divided by 6 is 5. And 5 times negative 1 is the negative 5. Grab a calculator. What's 30 times 38? What's 30 times 38? 1,040? 1,148. Okay, so I'm going to flip it over here so you, oh, just 40, okay. Thank you. So it looks like this with neater handwriting. I know my handwriting is not that neat. So you discover what number do they both go into, the smallest number, in this case it's 30. 30 divided by 5 is 6, and 6 times this top number of 3 is 18. 30 divided by 6 is 5. 5 times this negative 1 is negative 5. 30 times 38 is the 1,140. Then we just distribute, combine like terms, and then we work at isolating the C by first subtracting 420 and then dividing by 180. Okay? So this is the last problem. This is your only problem for homework. Please look at your paper and find number 11. Find number 11. Okay, decide with your partner what number should you multiply by. Okay, with your partner, let's see if you can get this done. Go ahead, please. Ten divided by 2 is 5. 10 divided by 2 is 5, and 5 times 1 is 5. 10 divided by 5 is 2, and 2 times 1 is 2. 10 times 1.4 is 14. Okay, I'm going to distribute and combine like terms. 5y subtract 2y is 3y. And 15 and 2 is 17. Subtract. 3y equals negative 3. Opposite of multiplying is dividing. And y equals negative 1.